Come on in, everybody. Yeah, it's question and answer day. And boy, do I have some questions. I even have one question. I rarely look at my questions. I got to put my microphone on. I had to take it off because I left the questions on the printer. So let me see if I can keep my shirt from falling open. Have I got it buttoned right? Yep, it's buttoned right. Come on in. There's three people. There's Linda and Ashley. That's early for Ashley. Come on in. I got a stack of questions. Anyway, nothing like smearing lipstick all over your face. I gotta look at the name of this lipstick. Can I see it? Plum Rose. Yep. I still have plenty of that one. But get on in here. Albuquerque, Pennsylvania, Washington State. Y'all getting some rain up there. So come on in. Y'all, I finally poofed my feather duster. Look how pretty this thing is. Look how pretty. And I had the most brilliant idea this morning. I don't know if it'll work or not, and I hadn't tried it, but I may have to try it. But I don't see my Sharpie. I know I have a purple Sharpie somewhere. There it is. You know, our new feather dusters do not have a purple feather in it like our old ones do. So I'm thinking I can take a feather and lay it on a piece of paper and dye it myself with a purple Sharpie. I'm going to try it. Yep, I'm going to try it. You'd have to take a lighter one of the feathers. A lighter one. And I may just try that. Who knows? If any of y'all do it, take a picture and send it to me. Oh, I got the tree up. Let me find a picture of the tree. But it's too dark. I got to have some light on it. I got to have a little bit more. I need some gold on the tree. That's my Christmas tree. That little Santa Claus right there is a gourd that somebody painted. There's some pine. I've got some more pine cones on order that have glitter on them. So I may put those in. It looks good when it's lit, when it's turned on. And Robert has it set to turn on at 5:30. Anyway, get on in here. Let's get started. Aren't you anxious to get started? So we got 87 people in here. We usually have double that. Where is everybody this morning? It's a little tree. Okay, folks. First question. Today is Thursday. It's question and answer day. It's also get some errands run today. This is a good thing to do. So you're not doing it on the weekend. We are in zone 2 this week, which is super important for our whole home, is to be is to get your kitchen in order, because when your kitchen is clean, you don't mind getting in there and doing something. And let me find today's super cruising mission for today. We're mission number 9, and We're cruising through the holidays. Do you have a menu plan and a grocery list for your holiday meals? What are you cooking? Are you doing a low country boil? Are you cooking a ham? What are you doing for Christmas dinner? Everybody needs to have Christmas dinner. Maybe it's a potluck and you've invited family and friends over and just going to have everybody just you make a turkey or something and have some fun. I like to do Christmas Eve hors d'oeuvre dinner. Just bring heavy hors d'oeuvres, sausage balls and hot sauce weenies and all kinds of good stuff like that. And just do an hors d'oeuvre dinner. We started that tradition the Christmas Eve mother passed away. Okay. So that's what your holiday mission is for today. Okay, sit back, put your feet up. Every 15 minutes, get up and do something. We got to keep moving, y'all, or we're going to turn in to the Tin Man on the Wizard of Oz. We got to keep moving. This is a question from the live show, my sister says. What do you do when you need help making choices? For example, planning for events, and then it gets later and later because you can't make the choice, and then I pay more in the end. That's procrastination. That's your perfectionism. Sometimes you just have to make a decision. A lot of times, when it comes to menu planning, just regular every week menu planning, it's okay to draw something out of a bowl. Maybe you have a bunch of things. You make a big long list, and I've got lists on things to cook with hamburger, things to cook with potatoes. My Justin's granny Elizabeth, she always started meal planning with what potato she was going to cook. Was it going to be a mashed potato? Was it going to be a baked potato? What was it going to be? And she would plan a meal around that. So make a decision. We have a basic weekly plan to our menu planning, but Thanksgiving and Christmas you have your traditions. And so you got to figure out what it is that you're going to cook. And don't get hung up in it being perfect because it's not going to be. Some people like to do a piece of pork for Christmas or a brisket or something. You just got to make a decision. And sometimes you just let chance make the decision when you wait to the last minute, but you can let chance make a decision right now and get it on your grocery list and get it done. So just do it. Just right now, it's the 7th day of December, and it is our 24th anniversary. And my sister Patty called me up and said, "Happy anniversary." We've been doing this a long time. I said, it just seems like yesterday. Just like yesterday. When you're doing what God put you here to do, when you're doing that, time flies when you're having fun. And I've been having the time of my life. A question for you, Fly Lady. How do I manage my time to get simple tasks done every day, like homework, getting the kids outside to get fresh air, extra school activities, cooking, cleaning, laundry, online shopping, wrapping gifts, buying gifts? Do I write a schedule time for each of these? I feel so overwhelmed. Any help, please? Here's the deal. You don't have a routine in place. Now, helping with homework or doing your own homework, I don't know what homework means here. Simple tasks done every day, like homework, getting the kids outside to get fresh air. I don't know if homework is housework or if it's doing your schoolwork. if you're in school. So I don't know what that is, but we have a morning routine, we have an afternoon routine, we have a before bed routine. Those 3 routines keep your house running smoothly. Getting the kids outside for fresh air. Well, when those kids get home from school, they're worn out. They are worn out. But hey, you can implement kids getting fresh air with you getting some loving movement in your life. Extra school activities, everybody has that. Everybody who has children has kids in activities. Basketball, soccer, you name it. There's archery and all kinds of different things. So it is time. We have to realize we all have the same 24 hours in a day. And when you overthink it, it's when you get in trouble. That's when procrastination sets in. So set up a basic weekly plan for things. Like yesterday was Wednesday. It's anti-procrastination day. That's when you do things like placing your order online grocery shopping. Do that on Wednesday so you can pick it up on Thursday. Wrapping gifts. Do that on Wednesday. Buying gifts. In the evening, when I've got all my work done, that's when I can go online and do some things. Or when I think about it. I've sent a gift card out this week to somebody who I heard it in my spirit that I needed to send them a gift card, and I did it. Do I write a schedule time for each of these? I had a friend and she was a professor at the college. And she would spend more time making her schedule out for the next day, and every minute was accounted for. It made me nauseated. And getting the kids outside in fresh air, that's an afternoon thing. You don't want to go out too early in the morning because it's cold. This morning it was 26 degrees here. Justin got cold hunting this morning. He said, "Why am I out here?" The blue jays were chasing away the deer. But our basic weekly plan helps you to do these things. And then your morning, afternoon, and before bed routine helps you to implement them. I use shopping online as relaxation in the evening when Robert's watching some television and I'm listening to something on a podcast. So use your basic weekly plan. Okay. Dear Fly Lady, help me to not keep telling the grandkids, be sure to clean up when you're done with your toys, or see this clean floor. You're playing the martyr. You are playing the martyr. I want it to stay this way. That's just manipulation. And whatever I may say or try and keep things clean, I want them to have fun, but I don't want to nag them. Well, you already are. I think eventually they will catch on. No, they won't. They're little kids and pick up after themselves. They need the reminder sometime. Thank you for all your help. Now, you're the director of this play in your home. When the grandkids come over, they have a toy box. And you set a timer for them to play. And at the end of 30 minutes, whatever you decide, you got to make a decision and say, in 30 minutes, we're going to put everything up and then we can start over again. And then we're going to stop play and we're going to get ready to eat dinner at a certain time. And at that time, we've got to put all our toys away. And I will tell you when that time is. And then you play the 2-minute cleanup song. And they have fun. It's like musical chairs for cleaning up toys. Play the 2-minute cleanup song, and this will make it fun for them instead of you being a nag. They're not going to take subtle hints. I want to see this floor cleaned. Well, that's not fun. But when you turn on the 2-minute cleanup song and play it for them, everybody picks up. Have a place for the toys and let them pick them up and put them away. And then teach them. Maybe you put a rug down that is their play rug. There's some great rugs out there that you can can drive cars on and all kinds of stuff like that. And you just put it behind your couch. You roll it up and put it behind your couch. But it's up to you whether you're the mama or the grandmama. You set the timer. When the timer goes off, then you play the 2-minute cleanup song, and everybody cleans up and puts things away, and then they can start over again. But things don't pile up on the floors, because eventually you will teach them when they get older to only pull out one thing at a time. But maybe they need cars and trucks and they're building a road. We used to build a road with gravel from we were down in the basement at my cousin's house, and we would build roads out of gravel from an old aquarium and have the Lincoln logs. And I mean, just think about what kids do with these toys. My daughter-in-law used to divide the toys up into parts, and she would have out all the Legos, and then she would have out all the trains, and they just play for hours, but they wouldn't have them at the same time. So maybe you need to package up stuff. But right now, trains are fun. So just set a timer on your phone, on your watch, whatever. Set a timer, and then say, in an hour, we're going to go outside and play. But before we do that, we're going to play this little game that's called the cleanup game. And you turn on the song and have fun with it. I play it every time we do Weekly Home Blessing. So just let them have fun. And she spells K the way I spell K, with an E at the end. Hi, Fly Lady. I bought your big calendar last year and loved it so much that I purchased it again this year. I also bought the small calendar, but I'm a bit lost on how to use it since there's such small spaces. I was wondering if you have any creative suggestions. Well, this can be, maybe you want to chart. Let me find December. Maybe you want to give yourself a star every day. Maybe you want to weigh every day, and you can write your weight in big letters. Maybe you're keeping up with finances and you're spending, and you want to write things down. Yeah, the spaces are small, but this is your private calendar for you to keep up with things. Maybe you give yourself a star every day for walking. Maybe there's just lots of things you can do with this and have fun. Or you want to use it to get things on your calendar back at home. I send myself a text message. How can I start cleaning a garage that is filled with stuff from 20 years of raising kids who are all grown now? They haven't come home to pick up a single thing, and it's been years now. Can I declutter it yet? You need to tell them, because you need a box for each child's stuff. One Rubbermaid tub, the deep ones. I think they're 18 gallons. And wintertime is tough. Summertime is tough, but maybe spring and fall are good times to clean out the garage. But have a tub for each kid and their special things. And then you start getting rid of your things. Maybe you go into the garage and get rid of 5 things. I'm going to be decluttering a lot of Christmas ornaments this year. I can already tell. But you let them know you're cleaning out the garage, and if they have dibs on something out there, they need to come get it, or it's going away. What is the name of orange liqueur? I have no clue. Orange liqueur. Robert would know. Google it. But I wouldn't start decluttering that garage right now unless they're coming home for Christmas. And you start putting things in piles for them to go through. Maybe you just start sorting some things. Tell me why it's important to sit down and take a break when I have so much in front of me that needs to be done. Well, I'll tell you why. You put too much stress on your body. When you go, 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 and don't take breaks every hour, you're just going to crash and burn. You've got to take some breaks and pace yourself. Mary got it. Grand Marnier. I think that's how it's pronounced. One of the best desserts I ever had was Grand Marnier and ice cream and crepes with that poured over it. Oh, wow. It was beautiful. I think we did that for our anniversary one year. I didn't make it. We went to this Italian restaurant. But I like to make orange cake, but I have never put Grand Marnier in it. You're going to crash and burn. You're going to push yourself. I was just listening to Brooke from Cog Hill Farms, and this summer they worked really hard out in the heat putting up a fence and pushed herself really hard in this heat. And for 2 months now, she's been suffering with problems. Something's going on. And we need to pray for Brooke. My mother had an autoimmune disease, and my sister Dina. I rebuke it every day, and I pray for her. But mother tried to curse me with her autoimmune disease, and I said, I rebuke it. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke it. You're not putting that on me. But when you push your body so hard, and they did that this summer, and Jason, he's blind in one eye, and he's been sick more times than I mean, it's just when he gets sick, he gets really sick. But they pushed themselves really hard doing this fence. And it was, we got to pray for him. Dear Father in heaven, please be with Brooke and Jason at Cog Hill Farms. Help Brooke to find out what's wrong with her and to keep her safe from the evil one who's trying to stop her from doing good things. We love you, Lord. All these things we ask in Jesus' name. So you got to take breaks. I mean, if you're out there walking 10 miles a day on artificial knees to keep your weight down, that ain't going to help. You're going to wear your knees out, and you got to cut back on eating carbs. So we got to rebuke this perfectionism that causes us to push and push and push until we drop. We have two speeds. We have sitting dead in the water and going 90 miles an hour. We don't have anything in between. I'll never forget a skit somebody did at a conference I went to. And she had had a hysterectomy or something, and her sister-in-law came over to take care of her when she got home from the hospital. And this woman was kind of a comedian, and she was just precious. She'd watch her sister-in-law, and she would work and do things, and then every hour, at the top of the hour, she would sit down with her little book, and she would read for 15 minutes. And then she'd get up and start puttering again around the house. And this lady who was sick had never seen anybody do that. And she finally just asked her, "What are you doing?" She says, "Well, I need to rest every hour, so I'm just sitting down reading my book." So she'd read for 15 minutes and get up every hour. You know, if you read for 15 minutes after an 8-hour day, that's 2 hours. Think about it. That's 2 hours you could have been reading your Bible. I've been reading about, last night it was about David and Goliath and King Saul trying to get after David and King Saul going to the witch of Endor. Wow, that's some tough stuff there. What are you cooking for Christmas this year? Will you talk us through how to prepare it? I already have. Everything's We have a playlist. It's in the flight plan every day. Everything I've cooked for Thanksgiving. I don't cook for Christmas. I do some hors d'oeuvres on Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve is on a Sunday this year. Christmas Day is on a Monday. So you got to be ready ahead of time. We have, I've already got brie and stuff to make sausage balls, and what else? Some cocktail weenies. So I've got stuff. I've got stuff ready to go for hors d'oeuvre night. And I like to take a potato. Uh-oh, there's my dog. I like to take a potato and slice it up into little half-inch slices, or maybe a little less than that. Roll them in butter crossways, put them in the oven and cook them, and then flip them over and cook them on the other side. And then I put a piece of cheese on it, and it melts, and I can add bacon and sour cream, and I just potato rounds. I love it. So you have a potato, you have a meat, you have a cheese. I saw somebody do deep fried macaroni and cheese in a ball. I'm not doing that. But I've already got it all done, and I don't cook for Christmas Day because my sister-in-law does that. So she's gonna make my green beans. She loved my green beans, and she couldn't believe how easy they were to cook. But you got to set the timer, and every 15 minutes, get up and stir it, and don't cook on high. Uh, You don't do anything on high. I'm trying to do much better with my health, and I was wondering what you take for supplements and what you do for exercise. I know you work a lot and your time is limited. I take for supplements. What I take for supplements? I take that little tiny orange pill that Patty told me about that's for eyes. Good eye health. I don't know what it's got in it, but I had some floaters in there that were driving me nuts, and they went away. But I prayed about it too. So uh, I take magnesium. I take a potassium. I take an aspirin. That's about it. That's it. Exercise. I mainly exercise walking around in the house. I'm not going to go outside because we live in the woods, and walking out in the leaves right now, I don't want to fall. So I walk in the house, and I get up and move every 15 minutes. Oh, the vitamin D. Yeah, I take vitamin D. I took it already this morning. I forgot it yesterday. I take mine on Wednesdays. I just take one a week. Doctor prescribed it to me a long time ago. And it's all good. I like to wiggle. You got to wiggle your toes, y'all. You got to wiggle your, if you're suffering with plantar fasciitis, like a lot of people do, you've got to stretch your feet in such a way. So before bed every night, before I get in bed, I sit on the side of the bed and I pick my toes up and I bend them back for a count of 10. And what does that do? It stretches this tendon that goes from your heel to your toes. And when that gets torn, that's plantar fasciitis. I have been learning that we need to use our toes more. So curling our toes and having a shoe that has a toe box that's big enough, that is big enough to wiggle your toes is important. And it keeps the fluids from piling up in your ankles and your calves. And then in the bathtub, I have this roller that I don't know what it's for. I think it's for your face, but I use it on my calves. And in the hot water, I just roll that on my legs and my tight calves get all released. But exercises, I do exercises sitting in my chair. And I have little alarms that go off that remind me to wiggle my toes and flex my ankles and do all kinds of things. Let's see, I had to sit down on a bucket in the arm to join the chat. And there's some good people. There's this physical therapist in El Paso, Texas. It's El Paso Physical Manual Physical Therapy, I think. And he's smart. That man is smart and he can articulate exactly what you need. I mean, he's really good. Tell us the tips you have for budgeting and getting to a point of financial freedom. I made a financial control journal once upon a time and watched Patera from Appalachian Homestead yesterday. She got on this kick on us finding money, y'all, in our budgets. This financial control journal, it helps you to get your desk cleaned off, but it helps you to stay on top of what you're spending. You know, the only real way that we have to save money is in our food budget because we've been so used to takeout and going to dinner, and it's expensive. It is expensive. We have one meal that we go out and eat, and that's Chinese. That's the only place we go. Is our China once a week we'll usually go to Chinese. Other than that, your food budget is where you can save some money, and it comes from planning your meals. And last month we planned our menus for the whole month. But that's the only real way you can save money. But this control journal is free on our website in our control journal section. Patty, if you can find a link to the face control journal, it's going to help you. Now, we have turned our thermostat down to 65 degrees. And I think that helps with our health. We have I have an electric blanket on my side of the bed. No, Robert and I don't sit down and look at finances. When he retired 14 years ago, he took over paying the bills and doing all that, and he uses the do it now principle. And we don't have to look now we have taxes that have to be paid, and he likes to make sure he's always got that amount in the bank ready to go to pay taxes quarterly. And but we don't sit down and talk about it. We have in the past. Like the other day, he said, "I just need to make sure you leave this much money in." And I don't use our bank account much. I have my own little bank account, and I have a certain level that my Social Security check goes into, and I, pay some little things, mainly helping people. But the main thing is that financial control journal, financial awareness continually empowers, FACE. And it makes it works. It works. So download that. But the main thing for budget, and Patera had lots of good ideas, like getting an electric blanket. It'll save you because you get to turn the temperature down on your thermostat. What other thing they did? And we did this too. We changed up our billing for our cell phones. We saved, I don't know how much we saved. It was crazy. It was crazy how much we saved when we changed it up. And it works when you stay on top of it. Check what automatic payments you got coming out every month and turn them off so that you realize what you're paying. Turn them off. Set an alarm on your phone to pay that Verizon bill or whatever it is. You can do this. You really can do this. And yesterday, I was cold. You know what I dug out? I dug out my sweater. I have a big black sweater. And I put that thing on last night and I was warm as toast. And it was wonderful. And I'm keeping it in my bathroom. So if I'm cold, I'll just put it on. I'm not going to turn up the thermostat. We never touch the thermostat. In the summer, we keep it on about 72. And in the winter, we keep it on about 65. But I think colder air, and if I get a lot of static electricity, I'll put some water on to boil on my stove. I don't ever go buy a real Christmas tree. I've only had one in a pot because I wanted to plant it in the yard and it didn't live. So be on top of your finance. That's what this little thing is good for. I keep mine on my desk. But the main thing is plan your meals. Plan for leftovers. Start putting your little leftovers in a Rubbermaid. Well, I use this piece of Tupperware. You don't use it, so get one out that you can put things in your freezer and just put little smidgens of stuff in it, like my granny always did. So there you go. What are your favorite cookies to bake? Chocolate chip. Chocolate chip. They're easy. And I can take my chocolate chip cookie recipe and not put the chocolate chips in it and do other things with it. I can put pecans in it and make some pecan sandies. Y'all seen it? I got a video on it. You triple the recipe and divide it up. You're good to go. I'm a brand new. What kind of wrapping paper do you use for Christmas? I use brown craft paper. You can get it in a roll. It's cheap. It lasts forever. Brown craft paper. And if you don't have that, get some brown paper bags. Start getting paper bags at the grocery store. But I buy a roll of brown craft paper and it lasts me years. I'm a brand new flybaby. Will you walk me through how your system works? Where do I start? Should I wait till January 1st to start? No, start today. Or is any day's a good day to start Fly Lady? I mean, so I've been doing this 24 years, y'all. Today is our anniversary. 24 years today. Now, I don't know how many years ago Pearl Harbor were the same day as Pearl Harbor. But you know what? There's no time like the present. Why not today? Just do it. Do it now. Don't wait until after Christmas. You know, people want to go on a diet and they want to wait till January the 1st. Well, you can start limiting some of those carbs right now and just only have them on special occasion. So go shine your kitchen sink. Go do it. I got videos about it. Go shine your kitchen sink. Get dressed to lace up shoes every day. Declutter something every single day. Declutter for 15 minutes every day. 82 years since Pearl Harbor. I don't think there are any Pearl Harbor vets left. I think they all died this past year. There are a couple of videos on our YouTube channel that explain it all, but here I'm going to do it in a nutshell. We establish one habit a month. January is shine your sink. February is get dressed to lace up shoes. No, February is decluttering something every day. March is get dressed to lace up shoes. You do those 3 things to get started. Getting rid of clutter, getting dressed so you're ready for the day, and shining that sink. That sink is going to change your life. And that was my first habit. When I got organized in 1999, I got organized because I was going to become a county commissioner. And my life changed. God showed me my purpose on this earth. I never knew what it was until I got my house in order. So each month we practice a new thing. April is making your bed. May is moving your butt, getting up and moving. Whether you set your timer every 15 minutes and do 2 minutes in the house, whatever you do. June is drinking your water. I start out the day with a cup of water in my bathroom. Just take it down so that I prime the pump every morning. Where the water goes, the salt goes. Where the salt goes, the water goes. So drink your water. Drink your water. July is swish and swipe your bathroom. It's a simple little habit that you do when you're getting dressed in the morning. Just a simple little swish and swipe. We got a song about it. August is doing a load of laundry every day. If you'll do a load of laundry every day, you'll never see Mount Washmore. Then September is practicing your before bed routine, setting up your launch pad so that you don't forget anything in the morning. October is getting rid of paper clutter. Our houses are messy because we won't get rid of paper. November is menu planning. Plan your meals so you can save money to be able to get through Christmas without jacking up those credit cards. Kathy, I set reminders to go potty because I'll get to working and forget. And then I'll get a reminder that says, go to the bathroom whether you need to or not. And I always need to. Because I'm drinking my water. So start today. Don't wait. Don't wait. What is one thing you want for Christmas? Have you ever watched Miss Congeniality? It's got Sandra Bullock or who, I don't know. Somebody's in it. I like her movies. And she says, well, there's somebody in the movie that says world peace. They want world peace. I want for nothing. You know, I've been homeless. I lived in my office once upon a time at the music center, lived out of my car. I camped out in the woods. And I'm not homeless anymore. And I'm not ever going to be homeless because the good Lord's taking care of me. And I got a sweet, darling husband who's made sure I don't want anything. I asked Robert, I said, I got a question this week that I can't answer. And he said, what is it? And I said, what do I want for Christmas? He said, world peace, world peace, world peace. And we just laughed. I got what I need. I have a cup of coffee every morning that Robert makes for me and puts on my desk. I have a kitty that loves me. She used to didn't love me. I have a dog. I have healthy grandchildren and a healthy children, Emily and Justin. They're healthy. I have all I need. I want for nothing. God provides. And I am thankful that He provides. He brought Robert and I together. I know He did. Okay. What's the one thing you want for Christmas? World peace, because this mess in Israel is driving me nuts. Patty says she has one more question for me. I think I have two questions. Why do you think it helps us to have chaos and clutter? Why do you think it helps us to have chaos and clutter out of our homes? Well, I don't think it. I know it. It's like having faith. You got to know it. Getting rid of clutter makes your house easier to clean. Getting rid of the drama that happens to us, that we get pulled this direction, that direction. Cutting down on drama is important because it keeps us stressed out. Patty gave me some Bible verses. 1 Corinthians 14:40, where the Apostle Paul tells us, let all things be done decently and in order. When we don't have any order in our homes, we're spending hours searching for stuff. Ask me how I know. I've done it. There's still a car title somewhere here in the house. I don't know where it is. It's probably thrown away by now because I've decluttered so much stuff. But there's a car title missing. But we had to go get a replacement title. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 12, in both of these places, in Romans 13:13, carries the notion that it is done properly. You know, when we establish our routines, you can't not do it. That's 2 knots. That means you have to do it. You can't miss it. When that little wrinkle in your brain, when you finally get that established, somebody just reminded me what I want for Christmas. I want all of you to find the peace that I have. And that came from establishing a morning and an afternoon and an evening routine, following a basic weekly plan to my life. Having something to do that keeps me busy. It's amazing. The word order is the Greek word taxis. It carries the idea that something done in a fitting way or something done according to order. We never saw our grandmother wonder how to do something. She just did it. She just did it. She'd wipe her sink dry. That's where the shiny sink came from. She would wipe her sink dry after she got through washing the dishes, and she would put her dish towel up in the laundry room, and she'd put a clean one out, and that was the end of her day. Anyway, I know that it works, and it has worked. Here we're on 24 years of this happening. We can do this. When we get our homes in order, our homes are a mess because the devil wants you in that mess. He wants you, as Granny would say, messing and gumming with stuff, not being able to find anything. He wants you in chaos. And we have to nip that in the bud and rebuke that devil for what he's trying to do to us. We have to do that. Because when we can get one little area of our home, like our kitchens, we get our kitchens clean, things start running smoothly. Clean off flat surfaces in our home. If you clean off the hot spots in your home, your house will look clean all the time. Run the dust mop or mop every day. You're going to have clean floors. And then here's the last question. What makes your feather duster so good? Does it really work? Well, God made ostriches. And you know what he did when he made ostriches? He made the most amazing feather. I don't know if y'all can see that, but every feather has 1,000 little fronds on the feather. Each little frond has just 1,000 of them on there. You can't even count them, just like he told Abraham, the stars in the sky. Your descendants will be as the stars in the sky. Look at this. This is our new feather duster. I poofed it with a hairdryer this morning. Look how beautiful this is. It comes out of the bag almost looking like this. It's almost like it needed to be combed. And, it's amazing. It is just amazing. And so I had the thought this morning I would take one of these feathers. And so how does it work? It works because of these feathers have all the fronds on it. It's like a magnet for dust. The dust gets caught up in it. And then you have to take it outside and you have to hold it out at an arm's length. Let's see, arm's length, and get with the wind to your back. And I stick my arm out the door and close the door some and shake it. And I've done that in videos. Just look up Fly Lady and Feather Duster. And I have shaken my feather duster. We have a feather duster shake, shake, shake song too. And it changes. It collects the dust. And you never have to see dust. You can dust your house in 2 minutes. You can't do that with a rag. But just look how beautiful this is. And my idea the other day was to take, right this morning, was to take one feather, because they don't have any purple feathers in it. Our older duster has purple feathers in it. Well, to get these made, they weren't getting many shipments in to Lebanon. And we got to pray for Lebanon, y'all. We got to pray for Israel. We have to pray for peace. And you could take one feather and just lay it down on a flat piece of paper I wonder if I can do it. I don't think I can do it and talk to you. But lay it down on a flat piece of paper and paint it with a Sharpie. You're not Sharpie will dry it. You'll have a purple feather in it. But I don't need a purple feather. I am purple. So y'all, these are these are floss feathers. They're premium feathers on an ostrich. They are underneath their armpits. And this is what collects the dust. Now, people complain if they're vegan or whatever that ostriches are killed. Well, these ostriches aren't killed. They are flocks of ostriches that are bred for their feathers. Twice a year, they molt, and those feathers are collected. And that's why there's such a shortage of feathers. So these are special ostriches that are not killed for their food, for their meat. They are raised in flocks. Now, chicken feather dusters don't work. They just don't work like ostrich feather dusters. So y'all get your dusters ordered. They're on sale right now. They're usually $39.95. They're $24.95. Get your duster. We don't know when we're going to get another shipment, so pray for the war to end and for people to quit piling on Israel. It's a beautiful duster, y'all. Get it now. Get one for your mama. And you can tell her all the things, because older people don't think feather dusters work. These things work. We've been selling them 22 years. I've been to the factory. There was a factory, used to be in Vancouver. I've been there. I've met part of the family, the Noordine family. And they've been in the feather duster business for 200 years. They're from Lebanon. I mean, here's the new one. The new one has fewer feathers in it than the older one, but they're about the same size. This one it's got a lot of feathers in it, and it's great for big open surfaces. But guess what this one does? It gets, and Justin noticed it too, it gets around things much easier than our big feather duster. So folks, that's all our questions. I love you all. I'll see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock. Let's go to the Lord and pray. Dear Father in heaven, please be with my fly babies all over the world. Please be with my Israel fly babies and the people in Israel as they start and all over the world. Today at sundown is the first day of Hanukkah. Let them celebrate the lights. Those lights that kept burning when they only had one day's worth of oil. Thank you, Lord, for that miracle. So I'm going to study up on Hanukkah today, Lord. I don't know much about it, but I want to learn. Be with all my fly babies all over the world. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. That's my favorite song this time of year, Lord. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let it begin with me. Peace has to come in our homes before we can spread peace around the world. So thank you, Lord, for giving my life meaning, for helping me to get my house in order so that I could help millions of others to do it. We love you, Lord. Thank you for the peace that comes in our life, knowing Jesus. Let us keep our eyes on Jesus so that we can come to you one day. All these things we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen and amen. Y'all be good, kind, and sweet. Be good to yourself, kind to others, and let that joy and sweetness that resides in our heart. Church isn't just in a church building, it's in us. And let us share the word of the Lord with others. God gets all the glory. I will see you later. Be good to yourself by getting your kitchen clean. Be kind to others by inviting them over for a meal or taking them a plate. Let that joy and sweetness just overflow and show the world who you are, a child of the Most High God. I'll see you later.